Prepare to meet your doom on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
There's blood on concrete in these streets, and there's no one to blame but ourselves. It's a shame that ignorance glistens like bliss in our rap, while we're blind to a nation that plots death and poisons the sky. Way up high in the towers, the alpha to the back. Something gold in the coffers of the ones who set their slack. How many lives does it take before your heart starts to break? How many lives does it take before your heart starts to break? How many lives does it take before your heart starts to break? How many lives does it take before your heart starts to break? Way up high in the towers, the alpha to the back. Something gold in the coffers of the ones who set their slack. Yeah!
Check, check.
Yeah, you're good. I can hear you.
And we're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back for another episode of the GhettoRig podcast, guys. For those who don't know, my name is Eddie. I got my co-host to my left here, Jay, and Miggy behind the camera. I forgot to grab the webcam again, but it's all good. It's all good.
It's all Gucci.
You know what we can do, Jay?
What's up?
You know how we did a virtual camera? Oh no, that's gonna look like dog shit. Never mind. That
Nah.
iPad is so old. I was gonna say we could do like you know how we used our phone one time as a camera through OBS and
Yeah.
Streamlabs. You can do that. I was gonna say we could use that iPad that Miggy has in front of him, but that iPad is like a fourth or fifth gen iPad. It's gonna look like dog shit.
Yeah, no, it's
But-
not a good idea.
Yeah, I
Although
don't
I
think so.
do think we might need a third camera, like one camera from that angle, like something like that on the table where it just captures me talking
Well,
to you, one captures you talking, and one for both of us.
Right. So if we could get another camera in the setup, like that would simplify the setup so much. Miggy would no longer have to be like adjusting angles. He could just
I would just
set.
be tapping buttons here.
Yeah, you would just be tapping buttons. I could actually, what I would do actually is I would get rid of that black desk. I would just set you up on that gray one only, and they would free up space in the pod room for other things too. Because we're gonna need space
Yeah.
for another camera, to fit another tripod. 'Cause-
So guys, stay tuned. We got maybe another camera coming. I was looking at this other
Eventually.
podcast, and I really like that setup because they were talking with each other like this,
yeah,
and the camera was hitting at this angle. So the person wasn't really looking at the camera, but there was more of a conversation
Yeah.
versus seeing just a straight profile, So I thought it looks pretty good, But yeah, guys. So we decided something new today to do new. We went live on Insta, but that's gonna be up only for about 30 minutes. 30 minutes later, guys, switch over. If you can't hear me well on Insta, switch over to YouTube. Link is in the bio. Or you can just click on our highlights and then just click the direct link. It'll take you directly to the YouTube video. But couple announcements, guys. UFC Gym Largo is at full blast taking memberships right now. You can actually go directly to the source, which means you can visit them, talk to them, or you can call them, or you can go on their Insta and get the information. There's 90 different ways, but the best way to do it is to go through Eddie. Eddie's your point guy. Definitely go through Eddie. He's gonna hook you up with everything you need, guys. With that being said, Largo UFC, Vitality. As usually, guys, you do need recovery because I know you alcoholics. Weekend is coming. You're gonna drink. Monday you're gonna feel like shit. So Sunday, go 2 vitality to recover. A little bit of cryo, a little bit of NADA, a little bit of cold and hot.
You got all the major
Miggy, you
stuff.
got anything new going on?
No, not at the moment.
All right, cool. All right, guys. So then let's just dip dive right away. Miggy, pick a topic you want us to talk about. Miggy is in charge of picking topics.
Talk a little bit about cars.
Yeah,
We haven't
let's start
talked
with
about cars.
So EVs have been the craze. Everywhere you read, now people coming out of the woodwork saying Tesla is about to crush. Some people are saying no, Tesla is not going to crash. Some people giving a $1,400 speculative review on a stock price within the next 2 years. Some people are saying Tesla is done for. However, today's topic is insane depreciation makes these barely used EVs a great deal, right? So let's look at what we got as number
Before
one.
we go into depreciation, I had this thing that came up in my head when I was on the way to UFC gym about cars. Tesla already has government contracts. Why don't they also, in a way, get a contract for the police department to get electric vehicles and then make electric vehicle stations at the...
So I don't think Tesla.
How much? Like you'd have to see how much a police officer drives on average per day. Another thing you have is with the whole performance thing. As the battery goes down, the car will progressively get slower and slower. So like if you have to go chase down a car and it's like everyone's at like say it's 9 o'clock at night. You know all the cars are on 30% battery. Like they're not gonna be very fast.
And then I don't know how the reinforcement of that would work because Tesla batteries, like if there's a little scratch on a battery or something like that, bro, they will not like they will have to replace your entire battery. Like they won't even touch it, right? So with that batteries, you know how they're usually rammed sometimes because there's a possibility of that. So I don't know how they reinforce that car to make it safe where the batteries don't get damaged. You know what I mean? That's
Imagine
that.
you have cops instead of like in the Explorers, they're in fucking Cybertrucks
Yeah.
chasing around the city.
Well, then
That's
not
scary.
yeah, but then you also have to look at it like overall how many cop cars we're talking about, right? Like most cop cars go usually for like a Dodge or like I don't know, like some of the
Dodge, Ford,
undercovers
Chevy. That's what you
Ford
see.
Chevy, yeah, Dodge Ford Chevy.
Domestic.
They pretty much Dodge Ford Chevy has the lobby on that on the lockdown, so I don't know how easy it's gonna be for
For a
them.
long time.
And I think what's Tesla is doing, his primary concentrations, in my opinion, yes, he's continuing to make the cars, right? Like he's so advanced. He's about 5 years ahead of the competition, right? And matter of fact, they just pushed a new update to the car, and you get to test drive their full self-driving for a month. Bro, it's one of the freakiest things I had to do.
Oh,
It's
you did it?
crazy. Yeah, I turned that on coming from work. That's about an hour ride, and it drove by itself. Now, with that being said,
I bet that was sketchy, huh?
yes, very sketchy. When you get in on a highway, right? I as a human do a lot more risky shit.
Yeah.
I can go quicker around it. The car is, even though it was on the maximum like aggressive, it's still very safe, right? There was a time where I had to like F this and just grab the wheel and I did my thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I was gonna miss the exit. Like I was literally like 10 feet away from missing the exit. So I had to like cut in front of people and go. And the car would not do it because it knew it's not safe, right? So it was gonna take me to the next exit. Now, I think if you have a mother that you really care about, if you have a father that you really care about, grandparents that you really care about, definitely get them that car and definitely get the self-driving for them.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna get them where they need to go pretty safely. You know what I mean? But if you're a young person, I'm gonna tell you this right now, you're gonna get frustrated driving it because you're like, bro, you could have just switched. We could have been going already, you know, but you're kind of stuck there.
Yeah.
And I think self-driving is their number one thing that they're concentrating on. Number two thing, they're about to become the gas station of the world, period. Like the electric gas station of the world,
Yeah.
right? So that's where they're going to get a lot of money from. Then they're going into robots, then AI, and the space, right? And on top of that, they have the Tesla roofs and things like that. So he knows that he's car, because China had some issues with the car market. They thought they're gonna have bigger demand, but they don't because there's a Chinese competition on their market, right? And there's some miscommunication between the hierarchy of bosses, I guess. So that was kind of like, oh, we didn't realize it's gonna be that much of an issue. So the cars, I think he's the maximum capacity of selling cars. I think he's just diversifying. He could see this coming, so he started diversifying, right? So
All right.
Your brother's saying bullshit. It's too slow.
what's too slow?
The self-driving says bullshit. Fuck self-driving. Too slow. I think that
It doesn't. So if you,
Eventually, if all the cars are all on self-driving,
it.
it's gonna
That's it.
optimize traffic a lot more than you
That's
think.
it. That's it. It's gonna optimize to hell because right now the reason you get into all these, because what happens? They even did this on MythBusters. If anyone ever remembers MythBusters, they actually went in there and calculated these things, and the conclusion they came out: the reason you create traffic is because you see the light, the red light in front of, like the car hits the brakes, you see the red light, you automatically hit the red light, and it's like of a chain reaction that goes back, and you
Just close the door.
and you kind of start slowing down because of that chain reaction, right?
Can you make it-
It's human created. So if you have everyone autonomously driving, you're not going to have any of these issues, and everybody's going to get where they need to go, right? And you can set the self-driving to whatever speed you want it to go. It doesn't have to be 5 miles over, 10 miles over. It can follow traffic. If you set it at 50 miles over, it'll follow traffic, right? So is it slower? By how much slower? A minute? Like an hour drive would have taken me 2 minutes faster to get home. Is that much of a big deal?
I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be. I think in the long run, it's gonna make it more efficient.
Well, yeah,
It's like you're talking
100%.
about traffic is just a train reaction. Like all it takes is one hate on the highway.
And that's it,
Like
gone.
on the curve to be like, oh, I need to go down to 40 miles an hour
Mhm.
because it's a curve on the highway,
Mhm.
and the whole traffic is fucked.
Yep.
That's all it takes. One person.
Yeah, yeah, and at the end of the day, if anything, accidents are gonna go down, like increasing. Now picture this. I was talking to my buddy. He's like, "Can you imagine? You're drunk. You're getting out of the bar. You want to take your car home. You get in a car. There's a mode that says I am drunk. You push the mode. You sit down, and
It
it
just
fucking
takes you
takes you home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that right there.
I'm pretty sure they
It
still
turn-
consider that shit DUI.
With current laws, of course, they would
Yeah.
consider that DUI because you kind of have to hold on to the steering. You still have to be in control of the car, even though it's self-driving.
And then it lets other drivers know that you're drunk as well.
Just
it
flashes like
kinda
pink
flashes like
lights
a yellow
around your
light or
car,
some
like,
shit.
Don't get close. This guy's intoxicated.
Yeah,
That's some
so
futuristic shit right there. That's
Yeah.
some 2055 type stuff.
mhm.
You remember what, like 10, 15 years, like I'm about to say 15 years ago, like everyone's sure by 2020s we were going to be driving in
Yeah.
flying cars.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
100%.
Like we always overshoot that. You
Yeah.
know, those predictions always overshoot. But I
How
think
long do you think until the conventional four-wheeled vehicle is going to go out the window?
Whenever they create something better.
Well, flying,
so
clearly.
so for
We'll be
that
flying.
I don't, because there was this couple that created this road, right? It was like a system of kind of looked like a jigsaw puzzle that you put together, and there are these magnets. So if the car had these magnets, it could basically float on top, kind of like how the trains
Okay.
in Japan are. But that includes you changing the entire infrastructure of the road system,
Yeah.
right? That's not gonna. So the question here is like, how are we gonna do that propulsion? Because it takes a hell of a lot of energy to lift something off the ground. But if we're gonna utilize magnets, we need to have something that's gonna counteract, and
Yeah.
the gravity is not technically not that strong for it to counteract, right?
Yes, you're talking about.
I
you
mean,
gotta
it's
hold
too
up.
strong for it to
Yeah, I was about to
counteract.
say you got to hold up a ton and a half of metal.
Yeah.
Moving at 50, 60 miles an hour.
What kind of a force field? There's some
That-
sort of force field that needs to be created.
That
you know?
reminds me of those. Did you see the roads that they did where they were like solar panels? They were
Mhm.
like these
Yeah.
panels that they put in, and you could tell it was like clear. It had like a clear layer on the top, and it was black under. And they were talking about how this is going to be the new way they do roads and this and that. I
Yeah.
didn't see that going any far. And this was a long time ago.
Yeah, no, because you got to think about it. That's a change of entire infrastructure, which means all the employees that know how to lay roads right now need to be retrained. Everyone, like the amount of money involved with that kind of a move is insane. You know, like it would take a long time until it's slow. Bro, entire world switched to chip cards. United States was the last one to switch to chip cards after 10 years or something like that.
Really?
Just think about it for a minute.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then they were all like lobbying, saying it's gonna be too expensive for the to switch to cards, to readers, like those chip
Yeah.
readers. So it's
You know what's weird? I always thought that little chip is what allowed you to do tap to pay as well. It's not.
no, it's
It's not that, because for example, the Apple Card, the titanium one, has the chip, and you're supposed to insert it, right? You don't swipe it anymore. But it doesn't have tap to pay, which I always found so stupid.
It doesn't have tap to
No,
pay?
the Apple titanium card, you can't do tap to pay. If you want to tap to pay with your Apple Card, you have to actually
Yeah.
you do with your phone.
And I think they kind of knew that this tap to pay is coming, and they're like holding back. They're saying, well, if tap to pay is coming, why don't we just incorporate both of them and then right away replace both of them as opposed to replacing one
I don't
machine
know.
and then
I
replacing
don't understand
another
too
one?
because me and Rodolfo noticed that you like the the basic deal with the Apple Card is like 1%, right?
Yeah.
Cash back on everything. But if you do tap to pay with your phone, you'll get 2%.
Oh no shit, that's
So yeah,
pretty
it's
cool.
like whenever you're trying to use your Apple Card, try and do it with tap to pay like digitally
That's the
versus using the physical card.
I never use the physical card. It's always
Yeah, always try and do that as much as you can.
yeah.
You get more points back.
No shit.
Yeah,
That's
you,
pretty
you
cool.
play a very interesting game. It's called Get in Debt real quick.
Get in debt real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because like with the cash, you can kind of see like how much you have in your wallet, right? This becomes very, almost like
I wish you could set it up to where when you double tap, like for example, you double tap, right? And then you pick a certain card, for example, if it's that Apple Card, like the Apple Cash tells you, like, I don't have any Apple Cash right now.
I don't
But,
know how
like,
to use it.
When you
What
click
can you use
when you
that
click
for?
on the wallet, when you click on your card, it can't tell you your
You can
balance.
use it for whatever, dude. You could use it for store purchases. You could use it
No
for...
shit, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah,
It
you
doesn't work everywhere. I've used it in
Yeah.
some stores where it doesn't go through, even though it's technically a Visa or whatever. But it doesn't work necessarily everywhere. But you can use it almost everywhere.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and
I use it for like McDonald's mainly. And like
For me, I
Publix
have it-
runs.
I have it set up right now where all my you can set it up where your Apple Cash goes directly there, or you can even set up to where it goes into the savings account, the Apple Savings. That savings account is really good. It's one of the highest.
Yeah,
percent.
it's 100% savings.
The Apple Rewards has got me like several free drinks and several free meals already. So I mean, it's well worth it.
Yeah, so I use Amex. I used to use Capital One before. Capital One was 1.5% return, and what I would do, I would just take that return and then apply it towards the balance. And the American Express that I have now, I just take the points. Like you can purchase something and then you can just like credit those points to that purchase, right? Each purchase has its own little point system. However, I do think if you're really diligent, which most of us are not, like some things are like 5%, some things are only 1%. Like you really have to follow to maximize that.
Or I hate the Bank of America's one because I have a Bank of America credit card, and to be able to get the special deals that they have with 5% here or whatever it may be, you have to like go into the app and activate it first.
Yeah.
Before you go make the purchase, which is really stupid, I feel like.
It is. And that's why I think like best way for an average American, if you're gonna use credit card, which I don't really condone, but if you are going to use the credit card, anything 1.5% and above, I think is a pretty good cashback return. There's a Citi Double Rewards, which is a 2% cashback, but the way it works is funny. It's 1% when you purchase and 1% when you pay it off. So they don't give you the 2% right away. So if you're gonna carry a balance, this is not a good deal for you,
Right.
right? So
Interesting. So we didn't even go into depreciation. Really,
Yeah.
But, so
take a look at
looks
this.
like the Taycan has
well, this
gone
is
down
actually this is
84,000.
actually a good subject because I have a couple of subjects with interest rates for today because the Fed came out and talked about it a little bit. So I think we'll just resume on this a little bit more.
Let's see what they're talking
At this
about.
point, it's been widely established that used luxury cars depreciate catastrophically, and used DVs also do questionable job of holding their value. Just look at David's Nissan Leaf or most of my gavel gazing series for proof of the latter and the former. However, what happens if you meld the two genres of cars together? Used premium and luxury EVs resemble the Catalina wine mixer of depreciation, and while this sucks royally for anyone who bought one new, there are deals to be had on the secondhand market if you're willing to be a bit brave.
Hey guys, one thing, if on Insta you can't hear us really well, go on YouTube. This way you'll see exactly what Miggy's reading.
We've already covered how government incentives to cheer depreciation has made early Tesla models S liftback dirt cheap, but it's time we talked about other luxury EVs. Well, this is still an emerging sector. Both long-running automakers like Mercedes-Benz and newcomers like Polestar have been producing cars for just long enough to be enough for depreciation to kick in, and we're going to run down some deals, sorting the same way most of us do for used cars, priced low to high.
Okay, so low to high. Ford Mustang, the first one, you can save up to $24,000 for a Ford Mustang. Does it tell you what the mileage on this is as far as used? It just says used. Yeah, so 20,000 miles, about a $23,000 brake. So new is at about $44,000 with a $23,000 brake. Right now you can get, so now it's $24,000. So it's about a $20,000 brake, and then you get a tax credit with the savings, right? Like that whole thing is including the tax credit.
Damn, so you're telling me you can buy those for less than 30,000? I don't believe that. Mach E? That's crazy.
Well, no, with the tax credit, remember.
Okay.
You're going to pay full price, but then they're going to credit you back the taxes on your taxes, right?
So you got the Polestar 2.
which is made by Volvo, guys. They just separated. That's about a what savings? Go down.
20,000.
That's about a $20,650 saving right there.
Yep.
Mercedes-Benz EQS. This is their big one, right? Like this is their equivalent of the S class Mercedes.
No, I think it's part of the E class, so it's not as quite as big as the S class, but it's still like a
I thought they had
large-
like EQC, EQA, EQE.
Okay, I may be wrong.
So I think EQS is the biggest one. I
Got
think.
you.
But it is at $103,000, and right now you can purchase one for 58. So which is basically like half.
Yeah.
Then
The
you have
e-tron.
e-tron GT Audi.
Saving $46,914.
Mhm.
You were looking at before $103,000. Now you're looking at around 56, 57.
Porsche Taycan. I'm kind of interested about this one. Save $84,000, damn near $85,000. Holy shit!
So you're looking at $147,000 new. Now you're around $62,000.
And you guys getting a freaking Porsche.
One that's faster than a Tesla,
Yes.
like a plaid Tesla.
They just broke the Nuremberg record too. So number one is the Porsche Taycan, and it's what? How many miles did he say? 20,000 miles on the clock. So there you have it, guys. Anyone is in the market for a Porsche Taycan, this is the time to grab it.
Toyota Stout Crazy Modular $12,000 tiny truck makes enticing mini RV. That's interesting.
I'm not mad at it. I kind of
those
like
ti-
it.
I
you
like
know?
those tiny trucks to begin with. The new one that Toyota came out with. That'd be pretty cool. I
At
like how it's small,
$12,000,
man.
bro, it looks really good actually with everything inside.
That's
I'm
pretty
with
good
it.
for $12,000.
Yeah, I'm with it.
There's not a lot of options out there for that
Yeah.
price.
No, there's no options out there for that price. You probably get that just the thing that you have to pull for $12,000. You know what I mean? It's got a gas stove and everything.
But I don't think you can get these over here.
Yeah, I think this is a Japan thing, huh?
Yeah, it's a Japan exclusive kind of thing.
That's pretty fucking cool.
It is pretty legit, no?
Yeah.
That'd be fucking sweet to own though. Just to go fishing or something.
Yeah, just like a weekend, go
Yeah, a little
somewhere and you
weekender
can stay
thing.
in there.
Yeah, that's lit.
Yeah, like I was saying, those little Toyota trucks, man, they're badass to begin with.
You can get them here on a like they have websites for you to get them, but they're like
See if you
yeah.
can look. See if you can find one. Toyota Hilux, I think is what it's called.
Hilux is the truck, not that one. Do the Toyota mini trucks.
Hilux. That's what it said on the front of the
Did it?
thing. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Do Hilux. Do Hilux. For sale. Do Toyota Hilux for sale. Well, maybe that's it right there.
Yeah. See, $10,000 pickup truck. That's what
Mhm.
they're talking about. So why are we sad? Yeah, because it doesn't come into the. I don't think this comes to the U.S.
You can get the old ones.
I want a K truck, man.
K-truck.
My
What's a
buddy
K-truck?
Casey has one. Put KEI truck.
Yeah, this is the ones I was talking about.
Yeah, these old K trucks, man. My buddy has a Subaru one.
I don't like them.
Yeah. I mean, they don't look
They're-
nice.
they're
They're just
funny.
cool.
They're just funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just silly.
Very, very famous in Japan.
That's almost like a Grom.
So yeah, it's like a truck Grum.
Yeah.
So it's like a really mini size.
It's a
miniature
little
size
cool.
version.
It's a little cool thing.
It turns into a complete flatbed. So like the walls on the bed collapse down. You know, they're really cool. And you can see in Japan, people go as far as modding them out and shit. I've seen one that was like tracked out and shit. It was hilarious.
Well, the thing with this one is the reason they made these is
Yeah,
because
see that shit.
the roads in Japan are so small. Like you need these type of trucks to transport any type of goods.
They have them in DR a
Here.
lot too.
Yeah, here it don't matter.
Yeah, they don't. You have to not necessarily get them imported, but all the ones that you get here are usually imported.
Mm-hmm.
They're not that expensive either. You can buy them for like $5-6 grand.
Mm-hmm. So another car here, we got the Mercedes-Benz CLA EV spotted as Tesla Model 3 rival.
It's gonna be too expensive compared to a Model 3 now.
It's a Mercedes. They're
Right.
Of course they're gonna try to push their price point, but it is a CLA, which is the little one, the smallest one that they produce, right? but it looks really good. Like from
Interior looks nice.
yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah, it looks like you can't click on it. Or hit that full screen button top right. Yeah, maybe nope.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. If actually that's what it's gonna look like, you know.
Yeah, isn't this a concept though?
Yeah, that one is
Yeah.
the concept. It never does look like that when
Yeah,
they
the
do
cars never
produce
look
it.
like the concepts, you know.
Yeah, I would want to see what's gonna be the end result, right? Like
So, you know, they came out and said let's do a black one too. I don't get it.
no,
Looks
I
like they
don't.
changed up the moon phase window a little bit, but it's basically just a black moon swatch.
Yeah,
You know, with the Snoopy version. So for those who don't, I don't know if you're showing this on stream, Miggy, but yeah, we talked about the white one. It came out, I think, a couple weeks ago, and now they did an all black moon swatch Snoopy version.
now they're just flooding the market, man. Like I don't know what the no, it's no longer like the novelty. I think the novelty's gone, you know, of owning one of these.
What do you think, Jay?
No, I have to
He
see them
didn't
in
like. He
person.
didn't like the initial one, anyways.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't really care about the Snoopy thing. Then again, I'm not huge into watches per se. So
You know why
it's
the whole
it's not-
what? You know why it's Snoopy?
why it's Snoopy?
Yeah, because that's NASA's mascot.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So you know, this is the watch that went to the moon, moon swatch.
Yeah.
You know, NASA's mascot. That's why Omega has done a bunch of these moon swatches with Snoopy versions. So they did a 50th anniversary Snoopy watch. If you want to look that up, that's actually like an actual
Actual
Speedmaster. It's steel with like blue indices on it. It's really nice.
indices.
Yeah, that it's pretty nice.
Yeah, that one is
And
cool.
the case back is awesome. It's got like this cool. You click on that picture, you see the little ship,
The rocket.
the rocket. It
Mhm.
moves around and goes behind the moon and circles back.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's a dope watch. How much does that go for?
I think the Snoopy is
It's
like
right there.
15, 20.
20,000.
Right there, 25,000 to the right. That's the one, the blue. Yeah. You're looking at, I got that 25,000. Really cool watch.
That's really cool though. That's
You see how the rocket is in a different position there? You see it has a
Yeah.
little palito?
that's
It
really
goes
cool.
and spins around and you can see it moving.
I'd get that
Yeah, it's a cool watch.
if I had like fuck you money.
Yeah.
It's definitely a conversation piece. You know what I mean?
For sure. It's a statement piece.
Yeah,
at
and
the end of the day
I
with the
think
blue
you
and
know how
stuff.
with watches, guys will get watches to impress women,
Well,
but
mostly
end up
impresses men.
but end up impressing men.
Yeah.
But I think this one could be one
That's
of
how
those like,
motorcycles
hey,
work.
I got a Snoopy watch. No way. Look
Yeah.
at the rocket. You know,
Yeah.
like this could be a conversation piece. You know?
That's how motorcycles are too.
Yeah.
Mostly
Yeah.
just men. When you
or
think
or
it's an
any
attractive
sports
girl.
car.
The first day that I took it to
Well,
the
that's what
job,
Porsches are for sure.
Yeah.
I parked it up front, and everybody that walked by just looking at the bike. There was even some old guy that just sat at it in front for like a minute and just admired the fuck out of the bike. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was all humans with dicks between their legs.
yep.
As many girls as I really talk to, it's very rare for a girl to know what kind of a sports car it is, like or a supercar it is. Like, oh my god, I love that car. Why do you love the car? I love the color. You know what I mean? Like, there's no concept of what car it is. I love the color or I love the shape. You know, there's
For me, it's kind of the same thing though. Like if I like the shape of the car, I like the car. For you guys, it might be a little more technical because you might not like the engine on the car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't because you guys have to work on the car. I don't give a fuck because I don't work on my car. I just take it.
Well,
to
it's not
somebody
about
else.
having to work on the car. It's about just being knowledgeable about a certain thing. Like, for example, you might look into cameras in that sense where you're not going to work on your camera. You're
Yeah.
going to take it apart, but you do care about
It's like
the sensor type, how
The
big it is, and all these
The
things.
engine type is similar in cameras. Like the type, is it a mirrorless or is it a DSLR?
Yeah.
So there was just someone that I know that just bought a McLaren 750S, which is the newest one. And I was talking to them about the car, you know, why did they decide to go with that versus another one? You know, it's like, he goes, you got to understand, with the McLaren, this McLaren, in comparison to like the Ferraris and Lamborghinis, he goes, the tech features on it, the touch screen, it's more advanced. He goes, I don't know why, they're just more advanced. And on top of that, they said it's a retractable, it's a roof spider, right? So it's a convertible. He goes, you got three options for a convertible. You go, one is the convertible, one is the regular roof, and then there's a button you hit, and it retracts the UV filter where it becomes just a clear roof. You know what I mean? So like there are things like that. They're like, and then the engine bay like automatically comes with lights in it. You know what I mean? Like things like that. and then the doors, the way the doors go up, you know what I'm saying? My personal favorite is a 911 Turbo Porsche, right? But that's just me. So each person has their own little thing about the car, right? And I think the whole experience with this type of a car when you're getting it is actually like customizing it the way you want it to be. You know what I mean? Like this way, that way, the third way. And another thing they were salty about Ferrari because it's like I wanted a Ferrari this way, and they said I can't get it. It's like, what do you mean I can't get it? I'm paying for it. No, you can't get it because we make the car and we tell you like these are the most modifications you can do. You know, so
I feel like a big thing with cars like that though also is like depends on how long you've been into it.
Yeah.
Right. For example, like if you're getting that McLaren, another reason might be is because you've idolized McLaren since the day you saw him.
Yeah.
And so the moment you had the option, you're like, I already know what I want. The
Yeah.
McLaren. You know.
Mhm.
For me,
Go
it'd be like
go
an
go to that
LFA.
other watch that you had just had it up. I thought this is pretty interesting.
Scroll up. What is this? I want to see what the title. Okay, introducing Space One is back with an accessible wrist size Tellurium.
Mm-hmm. So I thought it's pretty freaking interesting.
Reminds me of your work. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Ulrich, Ulrich,
Something
U
like that.
W R E C K.
URWERK.
Urwick.
Or your work, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me of that a lot. You know they have one that like flips around.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's badass.
Now look, this got the month. It's got the date. It's got the time. I don't get the 8 and a 4. I don't know what the significance of just 8 and a 4 is. And then it's got that's the minutes on, or is that the seconds? That's
I
the
don't
seconds.
know, man. This is weird to read.
Yeah. Oh shit! Look at that. No, go back. Go back to the main picture. Go back to that picture. Look at that. On the top, you can see 12 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can see 8 and a 4. So it's
But
giving
it's
you the
got
indications
hands.
8 and a 4.
But it's got hands
It
as
does
well.
have hands, and then I think that little knobby thing is the seconds. That's the seconds, and then the smaller one indicates the hour, and then the bigger one indicates the minutes. And it's got. So is this an automatic? Go down.
Looks like it.
And if it's saying affordable, what does it mean by affordable? Now, sometimes you gotta take this with grain of salt. What the hell do you mean affordable? Okay, so here we go. Go back up. Go back up. Yeah, like right there. That's kind
I
of
don't
cool.
know, man.
Full rotation of the Earth around the sun and dial in 365 days.
Oh
That's
shit.
what that little is. That little thing is that spins around.
That's
Full
cool.
rotation of the moon around the Earth in 29.5 days.
Oh, okay. I see what it's doing there.
That's cool.
So the center of the watch is like the sun, and then the bigger ball on the runs on the ring is the
Earth.
Earth, and then the small one is the moon.
And then where are the seconds?
I think you're thinking too basic
I am.
on this watch. You know, this watch seems to be way more complicated than.
Yeah. So
just
go back.
worrying
Let's
about
see
the
what the
seconds
price is
were.
on this thing.
That's cool. You can see the movement. I bet this watch is heavy.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be a big boy
crown?
too.
What do you think about the crown being at the top? The way they've kind of done this watch.
I think it could. I think
aesthetically, it doesn't please me. The crown at the top like that looks like a big dome.
Yeah, I think because it's a bigger watch. See how it sits on the wrist? It
if you were
might
to
get in
look-
the way.
If you were to look at the universe from an outsider's perspective, how would you look at how would you depict it?
No, I'm not saying the dial of the watch. I'm saying the crown. You see how the crown where you change
this one
that?
here?
Yeah, how it's at the top.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this.
No,
right
no,
here.
The
no, not the
dome.
dial. No.
What's the price on this? Because it's saying affordable, right? So what are we talking about here?
Yeah, sounds like bullshit to me.
3,000.
Okay.
Oh
3K.
shit! Okay. Is this for sure automatic at $3,000?
I would like to see. I would like to see how much it is. So that's €3,000. That's that.
Automatic with central rotor.
Yeah, it's automatic.
No shit.
That's a cool watch to buy for that price. You know?
Yeah, it's a very cool watch to buy for that price.
It's made out of grade 5 titanium, brushed and sandblasted finish, dome sapphire crystal, crown at noon, 30 meters of water resistance.
Honestly, I don't even care if this watch the company ever survives. Like, I kind of want one of these. You know what I mean?
Just
hey,
to have one, it's
Miggy,
almost like a Casio.
Miggy, you want to shut the... hey, guys, one last heads up. If you do want to go on live, click the link in our story, or go into the bio. You got the link there on the bottom, I think. No. Okay, cool. So we stopped the Insta live, guys. Everyone is on YouTube right now.
You can see
Okay.
chat if you want to see chat. It's there. I don't know if you wanted to look.
Hey guys, everyone in the chat.
This is a cool watch for the price for sure. I mean, I would like to see how many they made because it doesn't.
38-hour power reserve. So you kind of have to like. I would not want to fuck this one up. Like you kind of have to wear it almost every day. Can you imagine the
Setting it.
setting on this?
I bet setting this watch is quite a task.
It's like a half a day's deal.
You need
probably.
a spinner for this.
Yeah,
You need a spinner.
you do.
Yeah, for sure. Cause to set.
So
that
guys,
shit-
so the actual ultimate price is not gonna be $3,000. It's probably gonna be closer to $4,000 with taxes and your spinner included.
yeah, with the spinner, yeah. But so you're looking at 3,000 euro, which is how many dollars?
It's probably gonna be about 3,000. I don't know, $300-$400.
Around there. 3,380.
Yeah, $3,400.
3,248.
Yeah, but that's the interchange rate right now. Whatever it's in the markets, you probably won't get.
You're gonna
that.
pay a little over that.
Yeah, you're gonna pay over that. So, yeah, I kind of like it. I don't know where can you get this. So here on the
It says you
hit
can
their website.
pre-order it right there on where it says the link at the top of the screen, Miggy. Right there
I kind of want to see what else watches they got.
on the top where it says watches. There you go. Oh, so they got two jumping hour.
This one looks
Oh,
cool as
that's
shit,
pretty fucking
bro.
cool, man.
That looks cool as
For
shit.
less than $2,000? Is this thing automatic?
I don't know, but it looks cool as hell, bro.
That's fucking awesome. And you get a forged carbon watch, man. And they come with the left-handed and right-handed version. Limited to 50 pieces. Can you look at specifications? Movement. Self-winding. So it's
Damn.
automatic.
I'm kind of not happy seeing this website. Now I want both of them.
Yeah, I want that one. I think I like this one even more than the other one.
This one is legit because, like, reading the hour on this,
I like the other one.
Yeah. I don't know what I like the shape of the watch. It reminds me of that Hamilton they
Spaceship?
did. The Hamilton Ventura.
Star Trek,
Dune.
Dune.
But like the one they used in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So the ones that you see, you can buy these, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you hear images, Miggy, let's see if we can find the one they used in the movie. It's not an see. Okay, no, go back. That watch, right? That picture that has all three. Yep. That it reminds me of that thing. It doesn't actually tell time. You know, it's just a prop piece that they made, that Hamilton made for the movie. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but it reminds me of that. And I always thought that shape was really cool. You know, the Venturas that they came out with that you can buy Hamilton, they're really fucking big.
Mm-hmm.
They're huge, man. They're like almost 50 millimeter.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, almost a little bit unwearable.
I would get the other one versus this one. Like, I would honestly get this.
I like that one a lot. Jay's gonna come to me tomorrow and be like, I ordered something.
I did a thing.
Yeah. That's really fucking cool, man. That might be where me and Jay might be spending our money soon. I really like the carbon.
Don't you curse me like that?
That's
Not-
badass.
They're
man.
badass.
Now, seeing that they're sold in Europe, I wonder if you can even get them shipped over here.
Well, next year we're going to Europe on vacation, so
The design of the Space One is inspired by space exploration and design era known as Space Age that became popular during the original space race of the 60s. This first collection includes a range of limited edition models made with 3 different high quality materials: stainless steel, titanium, and forged carbon. The origins of the Space One brand and its very first collection of Space One is a collaboration between Theo Offret, independent watchmaker from Paris, and Guillaume Lidet, watch entrepreneur.
I'm interested, man. I want to look and see how good the movement is. Looks like they're using a Swiss-made movement.
now this is what I'm talking about. Look at these watches. They're completely like out of whack designs. You know what I mean? Like, they look cool. They don't
Yeah.
look like a traditional watch. you
Not
know?
at all. Not at all. You can't compare this to nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why a lot of times I'll look at the watch. It's like, okay, this watch is copying this guy. But here you go, affordable price, really cool looking watch. You know, like,
You can say they're copying your work.
Urwick.
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 How the fuck do you say
Go
that?
on Urwick. Go on Urwick website. Are they really copying Urwick though?
You are, or no? Is it Urwick?
You, it's you,
You,
it's
yeah.
you.
You are. URWERK. Yeah. Yeah, but these watches cost hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, these are expensive as shit.
Look at their goddamn website, all fancy and shit. So it looks like this is one of the watches they're putting out right now.
Yeah, go to 2 and let's see what is 2. Yeah, that's another one.
Oh no, that's about. This is specifically just this watch. But yeah, they have a watch that's pretty similar to that.
Go to menu. Yeah, what do we got here?
Collections. There you go.
Mother fucking websites.
Yeah, no,
You just
click on the
collections.
collections.
Yeah, we'll scroll through them. They have all the listings right here. You see, that's pretty similar. The style, like the shape of it.
Yeah. Yeah, but just like you said, they're at hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
This is high end shit right here.
Yeah, but then you're getting a watch like that one, and it's like, to me, it looks just as cool.
Yeah. Let me see. Hublot just came out with a watch that's similar to these. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, they put some work in it, bro. Like, this is not.
Oh
this is
yeah,
no joke.
They
They
do
put
some
work
crazy
into this
shit.
fucking website.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, but the watch itself is definitely nothing you've
This
ever seen
is-
before.
This is probably a better website than Apple's.
Look at this shit, bro. The way seconds spin, like, this is what I'm talking about, and that's like thinking out the box. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, the website. In my
Copy
opinion,
link.
it is. Yeah.
Maggie, I'm about to send something in Discord. This is a new watch that's very similar to these from Hublot, which is something different we've never seen before. It is posted in
No,
Mod
not that one. Not
Chat
that one.
right now. I just sent it
Mod
in Mod
Chat.
Chat. Hublot did this.
Yeah.
Very, very different. It's a big watch, costs hundreds of thousands of dollars, but I'm interested. I'm interested. I like how they're doing this with new watches nowadays. They're different. You know, you're not getting your traditional watch. But your work is, or whatever the fuck, however you pronounce it, those are awesome.
What was that noise?
The website guy asking if we have any questions.
Of course they are.
Very nice. They also allow you to finance it if you guys want to put like your house as a down payment.
And a kidney.
Yeah, I was about to say my left eye. Maybe even fucking buying this watch $275,000. But yeah, this is a tourbillon titanium watch you're getting from Hublot MP-10. It's pretty cool. I think it's just too big. It's not wearable like the yours.
bro. You can hang it on a wall, and everybody gonna be able to see the time on this.
Yeah, go back to your work. I want to see some of their other models on that page, on the collections page. I think there's one of these. I want to see if we can find it that actually flips around. Let's see.
It's like a little bit of that old
That
school.
one. That one on the left.
This one?
It like flips around. Yeah, I think so. It's like the fucking. It flips like a reverso.
Yeah, right
You
there.
see? Yeah, you can see it's like sitting up, right? Dude, just insane how complicated these watches are, man.
Mm-hmm. I think it's just the colors.
But yeah, see, you can flip it around.
It becomes
kinda
like a
cover-
bracelet.
Yeah, pretty fucking cool, man. If you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
What do we got next? All right. Men can achieve undeniable attraction with these 12 tiny habits. Your Tango Trash website puts another article. Let's see
Shit
what we got.
Tango.
Shit Tango. Shit Tango. Stop trying to be confident.
Here are 12 tiny habits that make men more attractive. I don't know about that one.
Stop trying to be confident.
Yeah.
I think when you try too hard, it comes off as too hard. Like,
Okay, that I understand.
yeah, I think that's what they're talking about. I don't even want to read this because it's
This
just
makes us even more self-conscious. When we try to be charismatic and cool, we're thinking about how we're coming across. When we have lots on our minds, guess what happens? We get anxious and perform poorly because we're overly self-aware.
That
Like
I
I
agree
did,
with.
you will find relief by just dropping the need to do anything. Just
hear me out.
enjoy yourself, and attraction will rise.
Hear me out. If you naturally don't have the confidence, if you naturally don't know something, right? Let's say typing on a keyboard, it's going to take you time. You're going to be awkward first learning, but then eventually with time, you're going to get good at it, right? So Do you think this is a good advice? Stop trying to be confident. I think it's a terrible advice because you need to start trying to be confident, eventually adopting that into your part of your personality. Because there are things that you're just not good at.
I think what I understand what it's saying in the sense of trying. I'm thinking of more forcing. Like if
Forcing.
you're forcing like to kind of be the center of attention and act like you're all confident and
Oh yeah,
when
yeah,
you're
yeah.
not,
That right there,
that
yeah.
yes, that's a good piece of advice. You
Yeah.
know, to kind of relax and be a little more laid back versus like if you're naturally confident, that's one thing. Versus trying to go out there and be someone you're not, that's
But
another.
then how do you become confident if you don't have that in you? You gotta practice the skills,
Well,
right?
that's all about like your general behavior. You know, once you become confident, it's gonna start coming out and not be forced.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying?
But you
He
still
in
have to
this
try little by little, at
you
least
I
something.
get what you're saying, but in a sense, what I think what they're trying to say is don't force this confidence because then you're gonna be very anxious and
Forcing, yeah, forcing, yeah, but I do think still you're gonna be uncomfortable. You know what I mean? When you do something new that is not you, you know what I'm saying?
slow down. Rushing advantages, rushing. Whoa, you read Mickey. I can't
I
today.
got you.
My tongue is all
Rushing
twisted today.
disadvantages us in a few ways. Firstly, it sends out a subtle indication of perceived lower status that we are not at ease in our environment. Slowing down means that we're relaxed in uncertainty, which is a highly confident trait. Secondly, we make life harder when we rush because things move so quickly. This immediately puts us on the back foot and we will be nervous and stumble.
Now, yeah, I think you should be able to read the room. You need to slow down when you need to slow down, and you need to rush things when you need to rush things. For example, active shooter, you probably want to rush things. You know what I mean? You know what I'm
It was
saying?
the
Like just
extreme.
saying. Yeah, the extremes, right? But yeah, I overall think
You know,
this
I
might
find this
might have
happening
some.
even like during the pod back in the day. Like if I had a certain topic I was trying to talk about and I wanted to get there, I would like rush the other things and kind of make it unnatural. That can
Mm,
happen in almost any situation
yeah.
where if you're trying to rush to a certain part of the night or get to a certain thing, you know, whatever, you're gonna fuck with everything else.
Hmm. Be playful. I do agree with this. I don't even know what they're talking about, but I already agree with it.
Yeah, I agree. You know,
Most of us lose the playful and curious spirit of childhood too young, but playfulness is the secret language of life and will connect you to wisdom, solutions, and other people like nothing else. To play is to align with the unpredictable, chaotic, and lighthearted nature of reality. Playfulness is who we are at the core, and when we operate from here, you'll be surprised how effortlessly people are drawn to you.
You know what? I think the generation that came after you guys, the ones that had to go to COVID and when they were like growing up, like you just imagine for a minute how hard it's gonna be for them because it was like 4 years of the COVID, right? Like they were all isolated. And how do
like
you
a solid 2.5, 3 maybe.
yeah, but how do you get this playfulness out when you've been antisocial? For example, Nala, when she was a baby, you took her out to the park because the vid wasn't there, right? So she got to socialize with the dogs. Zeus, on the other hand, during the vid, you couldn't really take him out. The only socialized dog that he saw was Nala. So she's cool with Nala, but any other dog he's not cool with. You know what I mean? And and I think this could be a pain point for a lot of younger gen people. I don't know. We're
I
gonna have
think
to. We
it's
shall
just
see.
something that they had to get used to, and things kind of slowly drifted back into regular life.
You
I
think
mean,
so?
I don't think you have to go even as far as COVID. You can go like just talk about iPad kids.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
You know, the
that too.
socialization there, you know, when they're online, it's one thing, and they're another in person. You know, keyboard warriors came out of that.
Yeah, then don't get me wrong. Like, they're definitely like that's the best babysitter out there, right? Like
Mhm.
to keep their attention, but it's terrible for a child. The dopamine spikes, and you know, I've heard this on many podcasts now, and it's not just one podcast talking about it. It's like it's literally the 13, 14, 12-year-olds that go out there and they're keyboard warriors, like that they're putting all these negative comments. There's almost like this whole thing like I used to watch the Instagram reels, and now my friends are like, "Well, read the comments," and I'll open the comments. It's like Jesus Christ,
You
like
know how
who has this much time?
there's always been that stigma of like kids know everything.
Yeah,
They think they know everything.
yeah,
That
yeah.
shit has gone to a whole nother level with the internet. You know,
Mm,
because of this broad spectrum that they get to view on their phones, they kind of start to think that they understand everything about the world,
mm.
and there's this adult in their brain, and that they're just as smart socially as
Yeah,
someone our age would be when they're freaking 10 years old.
and that they kind of see that other people do things and they don't receive consequences for those actions.
Yes, and they
So
think
they
that's
think
normal.
that they can do the same thing without the act.
Well, let
you
me
know,
let me give
consequences.
you let me give you this thing. So Daniel Kahneman, who's the most prominent, he was the very first one to get a Nobel Prize for behavioral psychology, right? Him and Andrew Tversky wrote this book. It was called Thinking Fast and Slow, Thinking Slow and Fast. Anyway, great book. If you guys pick this up, it like you're gonna be blown away. It's a very big book, but it's really good. Now, um when you go to Google, like Google Scholar, when you look somebody up and you find the Google scholarly articles on a subject, right, they'll give you a rating. Some will have like a, I think it's called like P30 or something like that, right, which means, they've been quoted, here and there. Kahneman had over 100. The score was 150, and this is not a like a it's not a it's more of a geometric scale rather than being like just a regular arithmetic scale, right? So he was up there, and he was quoted over 500,000 times, where a normal scholar gets quoted maybe 10,000, 20,000 times, maybe 3,000 times, right? And these are scholars, right? Why am I bringing this up? The reason I'm bringing this up, these kids, they'll go on Google, but they're not going to Google Scholar to understand the topic and in how in depth this could be, and they're just going out there and putting their opinions about things, right? Just because they heard it here, there, and to me, that's kind of like, I don't know, man.
The internet switched up hard, man.
You did.
Switched up hard in the sense where, I don't know, 10
Look-
years ago when you went on your phone and you Googled something and you found the result and the first thing on Google that came up, you were pretty sure that was the
Yeah.
truth.
Right now, look up. Right now, I encourage you guys, go on there. Whatever you're trying to buy, look up best XYZ thing that you're trying to buy and plug it into Google. You're gonna get websites that's like 25 best of this X, but they're all paid websites.
Yeah.
They're not the best. This is not the best. You know what I mean? Like, let's say best vitamin B or whatever. You're gonna get paid advertising websites that literally generate money. You're not getting what you want.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest issue we deal with. Anyway, make others look better. I wholeheartedly agree with this. Now there's like Zen monks have this thing where they're like, if you're walking in a monastery and you see a broken sandal, you pick it up, you fix it, you put it back, you don't say anything to anyone, right? But I think with that, it gets kind of lost in translation. When people want to get their kudos, their pat on the back, right? And
I just feel like sometimes when people do this, it comes off so unnatural.
unnatural, correct?
This happens a lot.
Because they don't want to do it, but they do it just because it's the right thing to do. No, do it and mean it.
No, even sometimes like not to say that they don't mean it, but like random things, just like you kind of it came off weird. It's like I feel like it feels genuine, but I don't know how to accept it. Almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the best example I have. Like, you give your girl a really good watch, right? You give somebody a gift, a really good gift, and then you kind of hold that over to her. Well, I got you this watch. Why are you acting like this? Like, you can't do that. If you're giving something to someone, that's all there is to it. You gave it to them. Just be happy with what you did and move on. Like, they don't owe you anything because you gave them an XYZ item.
Me and your brother were actually talking about this yesterday. When someone, you do a gift or you do a favor for someone, it's not a transaction.
It's not.
Yeah.
You just do it because you wanted to do it, and you call it a day.
Yeah, no one's expecting a help, a thank you, or like help back when you go to do something like.
Now, what I'll do is anytime someone asks me a question, when I do help them, but I kind of like guide them through how I'm doing it, so they can do it on their own. If they ask me the second time, I'll help them. But the minute they ask me the third time, I'm like, bro,
you know how.
You know how to do it. Now you're just taking advantage. So you have to be really careful of that, right? Like maybe 1 or 2 times is okay, but after that it's like, hey, listen, you're not gonna take, like, first time shame on you, second time shame on me type of deal. You know what I mean? So never take things personally. I don't know about this one, man. Like, you have to take accountability for things.
Let's see what it says.
Taking yourself seriously is the ultimate attraction killer. I know this from personal experience. This doesn't mean that being a submissive pushover is the alternative. Attractive people never make things about them. They are free because they respond neither to approval nor disapproval. They just enjoy themselves regardless.
See, I agree with this in the sense where, how you ever heard the quote, one of the 2 words in English language that can do the most damage is good job.
Yeah, but if you're doing something and you're fucking up and your close friends and family comes in and says, hey, listen, you're fucking up, Like you need to stop doing this.
Scroll up again, Miggy.
You know what I mean? Because this talks about approval and disapproval. So if I disapprove of your moves and I tell you, hey, listen, this is the reason why they're not good, at that point, this is where you need to take things seriously.
Right. But the thing is a lot of times what I notice is I remember Gary V said this, like, when you allow the good jobs to get to you so much to where there's such a big fuel, the opposite will have such a big of effect as well.
It does. I agree with that.
You know,
When you do
so-
fuck up a little bit, little thing, it makes it a big deal.
Exactly. So if I feel like what happens is, you know, how it says here, respond neither to approval or disapproval. It's kind of like what you say it's all the time. You know, like that's my job, so that's why I did it. Like I don't
Yeah.
need approval or like some kind of
Yeah,
gift
yeah,
because I
yeah.
did. You know, so I feel like I agree with this in a sense.
Yeah. Keep going down.
Don't smile at everything. Be selective in your smiling. Smile when you want to, not when you think you should.
I agree with this 100
Yeah,
fucking
no one likes a
man.
fake smile.
No, dude, and
That shit's so visible too.
if I'm smiling, that like, so they've done. I watched this podcast, and this lady has a whole team, and they, you know, like the facial
Yeah, to
features,
Make the difference between
and they're
genuine
saying,
and
yeah, so they're saying like if you do just this, no, it's actually the smile comes in when you get the little crinkles in your eyes. You know what I mean? That's when it's perceived as actual
I
smile.
remember me and Emily watched this show called Good Doctor, right? And it's about this autistic doctor who becomes a surgeon and stuff. And when he's you know he's autistic, so he's trying to get better at social cues. Because one of the biggest things they told him was, as a surgeon, you need to be able to communicate effectively. You can't just walk into a room and be like, "Yeah, you have stage 4 cancer, and you'll be dying in 3 months." No, you got to be able to communicate things, right? And what he was at one point, he's like trying to get through smiles, and he's like, "Oh, but why?" Like he'll straight up tell someone, like, "Why'd you like fake smile?" What do you mean a fake smile? Well, you're this. He'd say the name of the muscle, like, "Oh, well, this muscle didn't contract, so I can tell you're fake smiling at me." You know?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you can tell. You can really tell if you pay attention to someone smile. You can tell if it's fake or not, especially if you've seen their genuine smile, their genuine laugh.
You know where I get this the most? From people from the Bible Belt.
Really?
Yeah, like the Southern Bible Belt people.
See, that's where I don't know. I don't know if it's,
Like the Tennessees and Arkansas and Kansas and like
See, but this is the thing.
Mississippi's.
I feel like sometimes what happens is maybe it's not a genuine smile of happiness, but they're just someone who usually smiles a lot. In the
No,
sense
no,
where
no.
that can
Like
come
you
off
walk
so
in a place,
naturally.
oh, welcome and this, and you're like, bro, you're not that happy to fucking see me. Just drop the act. Just say hi and let's get over this.
I don't know. I feel like I used to smile a lot when I'd welcome people into a store or whatever it is, and it's not necessarily fake.
Yeah. To me, smiling is like I'll smile and then I'll laugh when it's something funny, but I'll like smile when it's actually time to smile. You know, like what do you mean? You know, stop trying to impress. Yes, I agree with this. Don't impress no one. Just concentrate on yourself and let people be impressed with the things that you achieve. No, don't try to impress anyone. Like try to better yourself every fucking day, 1% of the time.
Yeah,
you know?
either your life is either naturally impressive or not.
Yeah. And guess what? You won't be Leonardo DiCaprio. You won't be fucking, I don't know, Future or Drake. So there's always going to be somebody that's going to be more impressive than you. So just do your best and that's that, you know? Take up more space. Those that ease in their environment and presume a higher status solely take up a little extra space. Whether you have actually social status or not doesn't matter. If you are comfortably in your skin, you don't meekly minimize your presence. Yeah, you know, another thing is boys get in the way. So like the men spreading is a thing. They do get in the way. You know what I'm saying? You kind of have to men spread. Sorry to those that don't agree with this.
Dude,
I don't understand this one very much.
So meaning
It's
like
all
when
right.
you're sitting down, you actually take up space. Like this is taking up space right here.
Yeah.
I'm taking up space, as much space as possible because I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable like this,
Right.
you know, versus like this.
I never understood how people sit like this. I can't. This hurts.
It hurts.
I cross my legs.
I mean, I can do this and cross my legs, or even like the gay one where they do this. Like that doesn't bother me very much because I can hook my knee pretty hard here, so I don't have to like
I can't. Yeah.
actually be. Because my problem isn't my nuts hurt when I do this. It's my leg muscles because I have such big ass fucking thighs
Mhm.
that like
You got the thunder thighs.
I'm using muscle to keep my legs like this. Versus naturally, this is it. You know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why I always find it
I
very
don't have
uncomfortable.
big nuts, so
So and another thing is, so I didn't know this. So apparently, according to ethics of the fucking High Court of the Britain, I don't know. When you are crossing your legs, you're supposed to do this and put the bottom of your foot down, because if you're doing this, you're showing the bottom of your foot to the person. It could be perceived as disrespectful. So you have to sit like this. Since I can't do that shit, we gonna do this. Bam.
Now, have you guys? Do you guys find it disrespectful or rude when you're sitting next to someone and they put their leg up and their shoe is like brushing on your?
Yeah, no, that's
On your
100%
pants?
fucking
Yeah.
disrespectful. I want to take my shoe off and smack him. How does that feel, motherfucker?
All the time, I be sitting next to people and I go to put my leg up and I'm like, "Damn, don't do that. Don't do that
Yeah.
to them." Yeah.
Well, that's just being like, that's reading the room, right? Like, you understand, like, hey, I don't like it. I don't want to do this to someone else.
Yeah.
But then you get assholes that do that. At that point, I just look at that and look at them like, are you serious?
Yeah. I've never had anyone do it to me where I've noticed and like I'm like, damn, this person's being rude. But I notice that all the time when I'm sitting next to someone and I put my foot up, I'm like, no, let me not do that because I'm gonna rub my foot.
So-
on the bottom of my
unless
shoe.
I'm bound to touch their foot, I won't do it. But
So-
if it's something like on the plane, I was getting comfy in that motherfucker. I was bringing that bitch up to the side, to the other side.
I'm too big to be doing that on a fucking plane.
Be unattached to the outcome. I do kind of agree with this. I don't know. Let's read this, see what it's talking about. But if what I'm thinking it is, if you want things, go ahead.
If you want things to be a certain way, you will act needy, weird, and awkward. For example,
Yes.
you're on a date and you get confidence tested by her. You respond with annoyance because you're relying on harmony in the conversation. Instant drop in attraction. One of the most attractive things you can do is nurture an outcome independence, which signals that you don't care either way. You're on your own, man.
This happens all the time, man. I find myself doing this where, like, let's say we're going somewhere and I already have like a preconcepted outcome in my brain of how exactly everything's gonna go. And the reason I've done that is because I've tried to make it as efficient as possible. And then we get to that place and everyone's doing it a different way, and that kind of like bothers me almost. But that's because I've fixed myself to a certain outcome versus if I wasn't, I wouldn't be bothered.
So today I was asked a question and I didn't answer that question. You were there when this question was asked, and it was talking about achieving a certain goal, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to say, no, I don't want to achieve that goal. I'm enjoying the process, right? And I think that's the key to enjoying anything. Anything that you do, you need to enjoy the process more than the outcome. If you're going for the outcome, whether it's making money, whether it's getting a new degree, whether it's getting education, whatever it is, right? Getting a new car, outcome is never as fun as the actual process getting there, right? And it makes you appreciate the thing that you get a lot more if you do enjoy the process, right? So I think
Gary,
just
I've
sticking to
always-
the process,
I've
you know?
always thought of what like these big moguls with business talk about. Like Gary Vee has always said, enjoy the process.
Yeah. Because
You
you
have
understand.
to find a way to enjoy the process.
Like, you understand, like, you know, okay, let's say you got to the point where you can buy this gigantic $270,000 Hublot watch, right? You bought the watch, now you put it on your arm. Yes, it's $270,000. Okay, I bought it. Okay, now what?
right.
You know, there's always that question, now what? Like, you were on this mission, now the mission stops. Now what? Like, no one likes to stop playing a good game. So just play the fucking game.
Yeah. I mean, I guess with a watch like that, the reason you're gonna enjoy it the most is because of the history behind the process of getting it. You know
That's what I'm saying.
So, like, knowing you had to work your ass off for years and years and years to then be able to spend $275,000 in a watch, that's a whole lot of money. You got to work a whole lot to be spending that money.
Now
on a
imagine
watch.
this. Let's say you had a ton of money, you invested in some shit coin, and in a month it becomes like billions and billions of dollars, and you go buy the watch. You think you're gonna appreciate that watch in that way, or are you gonna appreciate the watch when you worked all your fucking life? You know, and you know, so yeah. Go down. Let's see.
Hold
what
on,
we
I'm
get.
writing a quote by Jay. Nobody likes to stop playing a good game, so just keep playing the damn game.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. Just keep playing the game.
All right.
And then charge it to the game. When I got this from, actually, shout out to MOA Michael Sartain. I got this from him. And charge it to the game. If it doesn't work, something doesn't work, or like it doesn't come out the way you want it, just charge it to the game. That's part of the game. Like, sometimes your character dies in the game and then you respawn. It's okay. Shit's gonna happen. Charge it to the game. Continue playing
what's
the game.
the guy's name? Long hair, big beard. Does a lot of videos like that. We talked about him the other day, but he was basically saying, like, he failed at his first 9 businesses. They all went to shit. First 9.
Well, didn't fucking Colonel Sanders like open KFC when he was like 70 some years old, 67 years old? Like this motherfucker tried his chicken process for trying to sell it for 7 years. Like majority of people that hit it comes later in the years as a dude, right? So as a woman as well, the path is not easy. Prioritize your path. Yeah, I agree with this one. Even if they verbally disagree, women will lose attraction for you if you prioritize her over your goals. Yes, guys, this is number one. Do not be a fucking simp. Don't be a damn simp, right? Like you need to prioritize. Like women should not be your primary goal in your life. Your goal in life should be you. You fucking max yourself out, and women would be the byproduct of that. Like you can't just simp over a girl, bro. Like you can't do that. Women hate that shit. How many of those good guys are in their DMs right now because they're little friend zone good boys? 'Cause they bring the little flowers. See, this is the common misconception. Go ahead.
Even as basic as like, I'll give you my anecdotal experience at that. When me and Emily first started dating, I was 15. She had just turned like 14 years old or whatever. Like very kids, She broke up with me after like 4 months.
Yeah.
Because I was too clingy.
Oh, you were too clingy?
I was too clingy. I was texting her too much and wanted to do stuff too much.
Yeah.
All these things. That's what she dead ass broke up with me. And later I figured out that's why it was. Good thing your boy did his thing and got back in there, but
so you know why it's like
but
that?
it's funny because later on, like maybe 2 years into our relationship, we went through a big thing of like I'm not giving you enough attention. I'm not giving you attention. I'm like, bitch, you broke up with me because I was giving you too much attention at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Of course there's a balance. You can't ignore her and act like she's not there.
Yeah.
But
so here's the thing. You know why it's like that? Because we're kind of raised like, oh, girls like flowers. Girls like their doors open. Girls like these nice things, blah, blah, blah. Girls like those things from the guys they like. They don't like those things from guys they don't like. You know what I mean? Like all this unwanted attention. Women talk a lot about the unwanted attention. Oh, this creepy guy tried to talk to me. This creepy man tried to talk to me. But they don't say the same thing about Chad the Thundercock, right? Like they don't like if the girl likes the guy and this guy gives her flowers, she likes that. Yes, girls like flowers from the guys they like, not from the fucking bum down the street that came up to them with a flower. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is, man.
It's funny because me and Emily probably wouldn't be together if I didn't go to a concert. Simple as that. Like, so the reason we broke up, right? And then a few weeks later, there was you remember at Herencia Hispana, they think they do this every year. It's like a Spanish heritage festival. They have a bunch of Latino, usually reggaeton artists who come out, and it was where's they hold that? Coachman Park. They held that in Coachman Park, and I would going for already like a couple of years with some friends, whatever, and I was going that same year. And she was friends with some of the Latino girls that I had gone with that year, and we got like literally all it took was like I was dancing with one girl, and they're all friends, and they're like, oh, dance with Emily, and that like we got back together after that.
Have you noticed this thing? A lot of girls are allergic when their significant other has fun without them.
Allergic when their significant other has fun without them.
Like it's a boys' night and you'll go out. Like thankfully your girl is not like that. My brother's girl is not like that. But a lot of girls are allergic to that. You'll go out and they'll constantly text you, call you. There's always a problem or something like that. Like, bruh, this was supposed to be my night. You know what I mean?
The thing is I've noticed that girls that are like that, it comes with a lot of other.
They do.
They do come things. Not just that.
Yes.
It's not just
it's
that.
Not one thing. Yeah.
It's not just that. You're gonna deal with. You fucking have your location at all times.
Yeah, all that nonsense.
Calling you all the time, even if you're not
Let
out.
me see your phone.
You could literally be going home from work and just like, where the fuck you at? You're not on the way or whatever,
Yeah, you just followed this girl or you hearted this girl's photo, like
things
shit like that.
Habits like that are gonna come with someone that does that. It's not gonna be just, oh, can't have fun without me. It's
you know what?
A lot of things.
If I could have like the Thanos' gauntlet and snap like that, I would snap to remove simpness out of the world.
Simpness. Well, you can't remove it completely.
No, you have to remove the simpness.
Completely?
I'm not saying remove chivalry. I'm saying remove simpness.
Okay, so what you're saying is there needs to be a balance, like I just said.
100%, but like simpness to the point where someone like, oh, she's a girl, like that bullshit.
I don't know. See,
Like that guy that's constantly chasing this girl and she doesn't take him serious, and he drives her here and there just trying to be a nice guy, buying her lunch and this and that. She's like, "Oh, we're great friends. We're great
Ready?
friends." Like that simpness.
There's a certain there's a chivalry in the sense where like I think you should do things because you genuinely wanted to do
Correct.
it and you genuinely have this I want to care and coddle this person genuinely, not because there might be backlash because you didn't do it, right? Like just very basic things like like
So
it's
what I mean-
really basic. Like I go out there and Emily's like, "Oh damn, my hip is still hurting from jujitsu today."
Yeah.
Babe, do you want an Advil?
Yeah, you want
Like
an Advil? Yeah.
instantly. But it's not because if I don't in my head, which I know there's some probably girls out there that would be like this. I'm not sure, but probably a small amount. But in the sense where if she says that, she's expecting to hear, "Do you want an Advil? Do you need an ice pack? Whatever it is." And the reason he does it is because she knows she's expecting it, and he might receive backlash for not doing it later.
Yeah.
That's where the simpness I think comes in.
So this is what I'm talking about. Let's say you're walking with your girl on a street and it rained an hour ago. There's still some puddles, right? And you're walking on a sidewalk. You make sure she works on this side so that if the cars drive by and they decide to spray water, it hits you, not her, right? Like the reason I'm saying that is because she has a pretty fucking dress on. I like her in this pretty dress. I want to see her in that pretty dress. I don't give a shit about my whatever I'm wearing.
Yeah.
You know, she doesn't care about what I'm wearing. She likes me for other things, not for what I wear. But she does look really great, and I don't want to ruin that. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm talking
See,
about.
I would almost like to retract the statement. I don't think it's a balance. I think it's about what's genuine.
Genuine, yes.
So, for example, if genuinely what this guy likes, say this guy, after he found this girl, he says, "This is my best friend. I don't really care about hanging out with anybody else. I really don't. Genuinely don't care." Or he might have his guy friends or whatever he plays games with, whatever. But genuinely, he wants to spend his time with this girl. I don't find a problem with that. Now, when there's girls who are forcing things and
Yes.
have expectations and won't allow the guy to have his time or vice versa, because there's guys that are like that too, that the girl can't have any friends, girl can't go get her nails done and have a girl's day or whatever it needs to be.
No, have a girls' day and things like that.
Right.
You know, just there are other.
But there are guys like that too. When it's genuine on the other side, I want to hang out with you, and that's the reason I'm doing this. I want to coddle you, and that's the reason.
As
I'm
long as
doing
it
this.
doesn't get disrespectful,
Right.
it's fine. But this is the video I was telling you about, bro. Miggy, play this without the volume though, without the
San
sound.
Diego man defends himself against a drunk.
Bro, this is violent, guys. If you have children, take them away from camera. This is pretty violent. So, just giving you a heads up right now. Disclaimer: the guy in flannel looks like to be drunk. He's trying to like
He's wobbling and shit.
wobbling. He's trying to like run on this kid. Kid, they start kind of like fighting. Kid kind of eats a couple of punches. Boom, boom, boom.
Shout out
Takes
Gordon.
him down.
Shout out Gordon Ryan.
Yeah, takes him
He
down.
was the one who posted this.
Boom, goes into the armbar, straight to the armbar, and here, this is where it starts.
This is This
Oi,
is where it
oi.
starts, dude.
This is where it starts.
Oh my
And then he
god,
just
that
fucking-
elbow
Bro.
is mangled.
Bro,
Bing.
like, yeah.
Again.
Not the
Yeah.
arm. He's like, not again, not again. Not the
That,
arm.
bro, like, I think this is
Oh.
excessive. This was excessive. He could have let him go. This was fucking straight up, like, that shit right there is too excessive.
This part right here is a lot.
This is excessive, bro. Like, after mangling his arm like that,
Yeah.
when this man was
I would
probably
have
screaming.
just got up, yeah.
Yeah,
Like, he's not coming after you.
after that first bend, this man was fucking screaming.
These elbows are all excessive, I think.
Yeah, this is
That
all
one's-
fucking
that one's-
excessive, bro.
All the
All
elbows
of
I
these
think are excessive.
Fuck.
Oh, look at his elbow. Oh my god. You saw his arm? Did you see his arm?
Yes,
Oh my god.
bro. This was way too fucking excessive, man. The guy's drunk. He doesn't know what
Oh
the
my
fuck he's doing.
God.
You literally
Let me
just
see if
fucking crippled him for the rest of the
Because
life.
usually with
can't.
Instagram, damn, you know that's stupid. Because on your phone you can.
Yeah.
On your phone with Instagram specifically, I know you can like on the bottom scroll. Dude, that arm was messed up.
Yeah, that was a little too excessive. I don't know, man. Like
Hey, but
very
this
first
is-
bend was enough. You know what I mean?
This is something you can leave it playing while we're talking, whatever. This is something to prove, man. Jiu-jitsu, my friend.
Yeah, the jujitsu. Yeah, but that's not a very good example of jujitsu. Like a good
well, no,
example
this
was
guy-
like eliminating the threat. Fine,
Yes.
great. But why fucking destroy this person, bro? They're fucking drunk. You understand that they're a fucking idiot.
Yeah. No, for sure. Once he got started mounting him and just the elbows. That's
Bro, those
excessive.
heels to the head were
Yeah.
too excessive, man. It just like that's too excessive. That first bend was enough,
See,
man.
the thing is you can see in this kid's face, he's like, I'm gonna fucking disable this guy.
Yeah, but like
He's
why?
been waiting. He's been
Yeah.
waiting his whole fucking
And
life.
this, and this is what I'm trying to say, bro.
little do
Jiu-jitsu
we
is not
know-
this, man.
Little do we
Jiu-jitsu is
know,
not
this is
this.
just a one stripe white belt
No,
that's
it's not.
just
It's a black-
waiting for his day.
It's a black belt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nah, man, this fucked up, man. This is really fucked up.
No, and the guy's just watching over him and stuff.
It's this guy right here.
Oh yeah, black belt at Atos, which is badass gym.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
little-
Being
little
a black
expensive.
belt, bro. Come on, man. You
He should
literally.
know better though. As a black belt, he should know better.
Yeah, dude. Like, oh.
But now, who's to say, man? Who's to say? We're not in this situation, but from the outside view, it did look excessive at one point.
Who's to say what, bro?
Yeah.
He didn't know if the guy had a fucking gun on him. The guy is fucking drunk.
So
as
you
shit.
fucking kill someone?
No, I'm just saying we don't know the extent of the situation.
Yeah.
What if
No,
the
I
guy-
get that. You just literally fucking mangled his arm. What is this guy gonna do? What
got
gun
another
is this
one.
guy's gonna pull
He's got
out?
another
He's got
arm.
another-
He's got another arm, bro.
Come on, man.
I get
Most
it. In
people
in
cannot
some
deal
sense-
with this shit, man.
In one sense, it's excessive, right? I get what you're saying, but like on one hand, I guess as a black belt, I'd probably just put him to sleep.
That's what I was gonna say. Put him to fucking sleep.
Yeah, he's
Put
gonna
him
take
to
a nice
sleep.
nap. He's gonna take a nice nap. Armbar, disable the guy.
Put him
That's
to
another
sleep,
thing.
then wake him up because they're gonna be all wobbly, and
No,
let go.
put him to sleep, and as they start to come back and walk away, let's make sure he wakes up.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Make
I don't
sure he
know.
wakes up.
Yeah, dog, you can't put someone to sleep and just leave him on the street there sleeping.
I feel
that's
like-
fucked.
I feel
That's
like-
extra.
I feel like that's the
Yeah,
best
they're
part.
taking a nap.
That's the best part. You went to sleep, and then you just woke up.
Sweet dreams. You're
Hopefully-
gonna have a little bit of drool
hopefully you
puddle.
learned your lesson.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah, I think
well,
so.
we started
About an hour and a half. Yeah,
what,
we're good.
What else we got on there? Do we got anything else pull up? Yeah, I thought this was pretty cool. How do you end conversation with someone who won't stop talking? So, I dealt with this over this weekend. We were at at this event. This thing was happening anyway. Long story short, somebody approached me and they talked to me, and I was like, yeah, shooting the shit, like talking about the fucking birds and the weather, right? Nothing interesting. I wasn't particularly interested in continuing this conversation. At what point I kind of like shut up for like a solid 5 minutes, and they continue to go and go and go and go. At one point I was like, it was great meeting you. We'll talk again, and just kind of walked away.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to continue talking to you. Like, I'm not interested in this conversation, right? So what did people say?
In Flanders, we have a word for it, bon. And then you say something, I have work to do. It's time to go home. It's time to get drinks. And people realize the other person wants to leave without being mean. In Ireland, we do like a little clap, slap her thigh, clap the person's shoulder and say, right, sure, look, I'll let you go, as if we're being polite and letting the other person off the hook. But actually, it's like, get me the fuck out of here.
If they keep going over polite cues, I have found something that really isn't polite to exit conversations. Wait, what?
If they keep talking over polite cues, I have found there really isn't a polite way to
Okay.
exit the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, polite is there's a line there, especially because politeness and being with a good behavior, as you say, is all out of perspective. Like I might do something and not think it's rude, but Jay might look at it and go, "That was rude," or vice versa. So it all depends.
This is so true. People that do this don't care whether you're into the conversation or not. They're talking simply because they want to. I've gotten better at just interjecting, even mid-sentence, if I've already tried everything else. With, I'm sorry, I have to go. Start walking away at this point. It was nice talking to you. Don't give any excuses or reasons for leaving. Just do it. Otherwise, they'll try to talk about your reasons.
Yeah.
As a teacher, I have learned how to interrupt people who do not leave any pauses when they are speaking. Start nodding and verbally agreeing with them. You can't interrupt these people, but you can start agreeing while they speak. Then raise your voice and say, yeah, wow, excuse me, but I must go. Wow. Remember that it is them who is being impolite by talking incessantly about things of no interest to their audience. Incessantly.
Incessantly.
That's a new word to me.
Like like obsessively.
I said incessantly. All right. 7. Source. I'm a therapist. What you do is recap their last story and in the same breath add a goodbye. Sounds like you guys found a bunch of great deals at the mall. That's awesome. Thanks for meeting with me. You'll have to tell me more next time we run into each other. It was great to catch up.
Yeah, that's basically what I did
That's
with this
pretty
person,
fucking good, actually.
Yeah, that's what I did with this person. Like, hey, it's great meeting you. We had a conversation. Let's just,
If you
I'll
start
see you
talking about the
again.
boring ass subject again next time I see you, though,
I like this next one. It's
I might
pretty
just
funny.
tell you to tell me again next time.
This one is
Nah,
funny.
next time we ain't meeting. I'm dodging you.
Number 8. Just start coughing. These days it'll clear a whole room in seconds. That's so true. Or it used to be about a year ago.
Like that, like a little kid coughs with the tongue out.
Yeah.
People who are like this expect folks to just walk away from them while they're talking because that's the only way the conversation ends. It's not rude to them, it's normal. So it's entirely okay to say, all right, this has been great. See you later. And then just walk away smiling. If you can practice this, start to train one of your eyeballs to slowly drift off while the other eye remains locked on theirs. That should do the trick.
How do you even do that? I just tried doing it. Like,
some people can do it.
What?
Keep this eye right here and the other moving.
Oh no, Emily can do that shit. I can't.
I can.
At 62, I just walk away. My bullshit filter has disappeared.
Yeah, you know what I've noticed that about
At
guys.
62.
I've noticed that about guys when they hit like close to their 40s, they're like, yeah, I'm
Nah,
just gonna
fuck it,
fucking,
dude.
I'm
It's
just gonna
just-
go. I don't give a
yeah.
fuck anymore. You know what I mean? Like I don't
can
give a
see
shit.
that. It's starting
In their
to happen to
50s,
me.
yeah.
You got to realize that everyone else they talk to just walks away. They're used to that. They think a conversation is you just talk at someone till they walk away. It's not weird to them.
See, that's always been weird to me. Like, I'll be in the middle of a conversation with someone, they'll finish their sentence or whatever it is, and as I'm about to start a rebuttal, they like turn and start talking to someone else. They just like cut the conversation because I guess that's normal to them. I always found that rude as shit.
Yeah.
I don't know why some people are so afraid of this. It is not rude. You don't need to lie. We can speak more other time. Goodbye is fine.
Yeah.
On a more serious note, I typically do an oh shit to have a face. Like I've just remembered I had something important scheduled. I say sorry. What time is it?
That's
Check the
my
time.
trick.
Ah crap. I hate to cut you off, but I don't. But if I don't head out now, I'm going to be late for etc.
That's my trick. I use things like if we're at a party or whatever, and I'm done with this conversation, like,
Davai.
Emily's calling me or whatever. And
Yeah.
I'll go over
Davai.
there.
Emily Davai.
Yeah. So.
Then I scurry away like I'm in a really in a
Or,
rush.
for example, this works with Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't talk right now. I'm literally walking out the door. I gotta go.
Yeah, I do that
And-
to salesmen a lot.
Just go to the car if you need to. Drive around the block once. Come
Bro,
back.
today I had one of those scam calls, and it's like blabbering away, and I was working on something. I knew it was a scam call, but I was so concentrated on work, they're blabbering. I'm
I
like,
like
hey,
fucking with
wait a minute, and then I was like, wait a minute, and they're like, okay. I was like, I told you 9 times, wait a minute, and this motherfucker kept talking.
I like messing with them. Like, they call about your car insurance. You tell them you got a bike.
Yeah,
Oh, motorcycle? No, bicycle. Can you insure a bicycle?
yeah.
Or a scooter? Can you insure my scooter? No, you got a old Vespa? No, like a Razor scooter. Can you insure that?
Yeah.
I'll start fucking with them.
Yeah.
I had a friend who would put his hand gently on your shoulder and kindly say, "I love you, but I just don't care. Good night / day." Well, not
Yeah.
You can do
That's
that with really
hilarious.
close friends. Like
Yeah.
I can see you pulling some shit off. Like you were talking to me, but like, bro, I like you, but I don't give a fuck. And you leave, you know.
well, not
Oh,
exactly.
shit.
And I wouldn't get mad if you did that to me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, not exactly polite mouth. Sophie had a great way of ending a conversation. When the monologue got too much, she would nod her head like she was listening, and then at the slightest pause, she would go, "The end," and walk away. She mostly did it with kids who didn't realize they were yabbering on about Thundercats too long. It was me. I was yabbering on about Thundercats too long. Change your stance. Instead of facing them head on, turn 9 degrees. Your body language will end the conversation quickly without being rude.
This is rude. I find that shit so rude, man. When someone like turns away from you and just directly looks away and is clearly like entertained in something else, that's rude.
Where possible, I've always found it.
Is it rude? Because you,
Yeah, it is.
like, if somebody does to me, I'm like, shit, I took their ear off. You know what I mean? Like I was being rude to begin with.
But like, what if the conversation had just started?
When conversation just started,
And you're just
Like, you
fucking
just-
boring.
Like, only 3 back and forths have gone by. Like,
yeah, you just gotta think about it. You gotta
just
chuck
don't
it to
wanna
the
talk.
game, bro. They
I just
they're
walk
used to
away.
TikTok reels,
if someone
bro.
does that, I just instantly end what I'm saying because clearly they're not listening, and I walk away.
It's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Where possible, I always found it best to tell these people up front that you have somewhere to be 15, 30, 45, etc. minutes from now. If that's not realistic, I found that if you can usually find a gap to say you need to run if you focus on doing only this for 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, act like you got something to
Right.
do. I like
So,
that.
guys, there you go. We got a bunch of information for you. Couple of recap things like subscribe, all that good jazz. Vitality in the chat. Also, UFC Gem Largo. Hit up Eddie. He's your point man. This guy.
Let me
This
know.
guy.
Hit me up and we'll get you a set.
He has a special where you get to touch his ponytail every time you go up there and talk to him.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you want to touch those luscious locks of his hair,
only if you buy the max subscription.
definitely.
Yeah.
You buying the max subscription, you get touch the hair.
Then you get a ponytail touch.
Mhm.
Alrighty, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Like Jay said, like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget about Vitality and UFC Gyms, the official sponsors of GhettoRig Podcast. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you.